You're watching FanDuel Sports Network, the home of the Brewers and Bucks.
Downtown Chicago in a Sunday special in the preseason, an extra matchup in the battle. Down I-94, the Bulls and the Bucks in the preseason is always something fun to savor. And Bucks fans, speaking of savoring, heck, NBA fans, heck, basketball fans get a treat whenever this guy takes the court. Giannis Antetokounmpo in his preseason debut tonight after missing the first two preseason games due to rest and conditioning considerations. Well, welcome to Bucks basketball, everyone, on FanDuel Sports Network. The five-time All-Star Marcus Johnson. I'm Lisa Byington. Well, with Giannis back on the court, that adds a little bit of intrigue here to this game. And for the first time this season, we'll get to see Giannis the creator and the point forward that Doc has made so much to do about, I guess.
Well, point forward, I made up that term.
You did, and you were the first.
But look, Giannis, they've surrounded him with the shooters. We've been talking about it all off season, and Doc is going to start this triumvirate, this shooting lineup around him. You got a bunch of 40% shooters. He's got to be able to deliver the ball right in the pocket like he does so well. You see the numbers he put up last season. The only player in the history of the league, 30 points and 60% field goal percentage, and it was so nice he had to do it twice, Lisa. That's how great he is. But it's just good to see him back out here. They've ramped him up slowly. Look for him to play maybe a half and then see how he feels.
You talked about it, like he's done it the last two seasons. Kareem hasn't done it. Shaq hasn't done it. Adrian Dantley hasn't done it. It's
absolutely remarkable what he has done in terms of putting up those numbers, the points and the efficiency. Those just jump out at you.
All right, so Giannis as a facilitator and as a creator, there's going to be guys who benefit from that kind of style of play and the increased three-point attempts. That's going to be A.J. Green, and we saw him really thrive on Thursday against the Pistons.
Well, look, A.J. is on pace in terms of per 36-minute field goal attempts from the three-point line per minute. He's on a career-high pace, almost 11 and a half a game, and that's without Giannis. Imagine what he's going to do with the gravity that Giannis can create. This is what we're looking for tonight. This guy, A.J. Green, his confidence right now is sky high shooting the basketball. He just has to continue to build upon that. And I love the way his teammates are looking for him with the extra pass. Gary Trent Jr., Kevin Porter Jr., they're all making the extra pass. Cole Anthony threw him a couple of nice dimes the other night. A.J. Green is a guy that you want to keep hot when he gets hot.
A.J. will benefit. Gary Trent Jr. will benefit as well. We saw what he's capable of doing at his best in the playoffs. He's got renewed energy. We'll hear from him coming up next. By Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. Welcome back to Chicago for the Bucks' third preseason game. As we get closer to the regular season, we are all curious about how good Gary Trent Jr. can be. He finished last season so strong with a couple of 30-point playoff games and averaging about 25 per in the last 3 games. That's good. His approach this season, though, focuses on one thing.
Energy, new energy with a lot of guys. We got a lot of energy guys, as in Cole Anthony, Amir Coffey, Gary Harris. We got a lot of pieces. We got a lot of new pieces, and we just got to make it work. We got to gel. We got to continue to stay with one goal, and they did a great job of putting great guys together, great locker room guys that have good chemistry, that can communicate, that has played the game, that has been in certain positions, some veterans. So, it should be great. But it's a newfound energy.
The third preseason game for both the Bulls and the Bucks is coming up. Tip is next from the Windy City. Guys know each other real well, and they'll get to know each other here in this third preseason game for both of these teams. The Bulls come in with a 2-0 record. The Bucks 2-0 as well. Our Mega Bucks starting lineup with Giannis back in. This is what it looks like. A.J. Green, Miles Turner, Gary Trent Jr., Kevin Porter Jr. You got to wonder if this will be the starting lineup come opening night later in October.
Well, I mean, if the preseason is any indication, Giannis is coming back tonight, but Doc has rolled out this lineup right from the start to kind of get these guys to gel, get them some more familiarity with themselves. It looks like it.
Yep, the 6th season with the Bulls for Billy Donovan as the head coach. Isaac Okoro was involved in that trade with Cleveland that shipped ball over to Cleveland, and Okoro, one of the best defensive players, or a very good defensive player here in the league, now sporting the Chicago Bulls uniform. Vucevic is the elder here on this Chicago Bulls team. They are going to be without Kobe White here tonight, Kawamura and Kevin Huerter and Julian Phillips. They got 4 scratches here tonight. As far as we know, the Bucks have everyone available, everyone healthy and available to play here tonight.
I mean, dare you start Buzelis on Giannis in this lineup, or do you go with a experienced, smaller guy like an Okoro? The intrigue is killing me right now, Lisa.
In a matter of moments, Marcus, we'll have the answers to those very questions. But I'll say this, it will be interesting to see the rotations here in the first half. We talked about Giannis primarily playing in the first half. Doc Rivers said in the pregame that unless, you know, there's some dialogue about he wants to get more minutes because he hasn't played, we might see him in the second half. But the rotations, I think, tonight will look very much like it would in a regular season game.
Yeah, and it's going to be just challenging the great depth that the Bucks team have, especially at the wing position with Taurean Prince and Kyle Kuzma, the guards with Cole Anthony. That shakes out in terms of rotation. Nice.
And Buzelis takes it to the rack. The tip is good from Vucevic.
Buzelis has really looked good here early. Took it strong and created that situation where no one was boxing out Vooch for the offensive rebound.
And Buzelis is actually leading the Bulls in scoring here in the preseason, about 15 per. Your answer is Buzelis right now guarding Giannis here on this opening defensive possession here for the Bulls. 4 seconds here to work with for Gary Trent Jr. Backdoor cut. Kevin Porter Jr. He gets it blocked. There's Okoro, who's making a defensive difference in a shot clock violation.
That's what he is all about. Okoro comes in and plays lockdown defense. He's a physical guy at 6'6", about 220 pounds. And Giannis will start out guarding him.
Now Vucevic. 3-point attempt. Kevin Porter Jr. finding Miles Turner from the corner, in and out. Turner shot 40% from 3 with the Pacers last year. Kevin Porter Jr., KPJ almost picked it off. Trey Jones joined the Bulls towards the tail end of last season. He's hopped around the league a little bit. Turner gets another tie, and he sinks that one.
Well, that's how you amp up your 3-point field goal attempts, your volume from that distance. Come out, shoot early in the shot clock.
Giddey trying to work off of that Vucevic screen.
You know, and I'm a big Josh Giddey fan. Everybody talks about questionable defense with him, but when you can put up the numbers he puts up on a consistent basis like he has done throughout his career, you're doing something right.
Giannis trying to free up KPJ with the miss. Empty possession here for the Bucks is Okoro driving quick hands at Gary Trent Jr., but a foul call. Miles Turner has gotten a couple looks at 3. This is the one that he drained.
Yeah, and again, it's Kevin Porter Jr. getting downhill just enough to get Vucevic to have to sag back in, pinch back into the nail right at the free throw line, and that's a great looking shot, great looking play, great looking setup by the Bucks early.
Okoro at the free throw line. We talked about he played 5 years with Cleveland and acquired in the Lonzo Ball trade in July of this summer. We've seen him just most recently get the defensive assignments on Damian Lillard.
Yeah, and they actually beat the Cavs in back-to-back exhibition games. Now, it's an exhibition, so, you know, don't put a whole lot of stock in that, but that's a good start for the Bulls. And Lonzo got a rousing ovation here in Chicago once he came back with Cleveland.
I think he's beloved here in this city. You know, obviously injury-riddled for sure. Yeah. But they appreciated the way this team was able to play when he was healthy. Gary Trent Jr. around and around. Boy, those away rims are brutal here in Chicago. The Bucks get it right back, though. Gary Trent Jr. going to get it right back for the lay-in off the transition.
That is beautiful basketball starting at the defensive end by GT2, flooding the passing lane, coming up with the steal.
is what we will see. We've talked about it. You know, you've heard Doc talk about it so many times about the increased pressure defensively. And Giannis with a bump on Giddey. That'll be his first. Turnovers for points. We'll see this more.
And watch GT2. I mean, he's got the green light, according to Greg Buckner, especially one pass away to deny, to gamble just a bit more than last season. You got Miles Turner back there to clean it up, led the league in block shots a couple of times in his career. You got Giannis also as a really stout weak side defender. And you got this small lineup out top on the perimeter with GT2 and AJ and Kevin Porter. So, you know, you want to allow these guys to use that quickness.
You see KPJ bringing it up this time. A staggered screen from Turner and Giannis, and it leads to that.
Good right-handed finish on the left side, soften it up on that play.
Vucevic from up top, not there. Turner rips down the rebound, and Giannis has some choices here. His usage rate will go up, spinning, finding Turner on the outside. Gary Trent Jr. stops and pops for three.
It's a beautiful job by Giannis drawing a crowd. And Miles Turner just staying stationary. Don't try and drift to an open area. This is the last place Giannis saw you. Stay right there where you are.
Out there for Buzelis. And Giannis again will initiate things. Miles Turner.
Nice.
His attempts have come from three. Now he's got a couple.
Nice. And then Miles is doing a great job tracking down defensive rebounds. Remember, Brook Lopez would just use his size to box guys out. Giannis would secure most of those.
Giannis challenging, calling for it. He gets it on the outlet pass from Turner. And again, surveying his options, looking for A.J. Green. Good extra pass. Gary Trent Jr. pays it off. And a timeout here for the Bulls.
I am loving it so far. What I'm seeing and what I'm loving, Lisa, is the one more, the extra pass. Great job, Giannis, finding A.J. Could have shot that. Nope, one more. Gary Trent, you got a one.
Means 26.2 miles in the books. Pretty good. Let's check out tonight's Potawatomi Casino Hotel advanced stat. Marcus, take it away.
Well, I had to take a quick shower after the marathon, get down here.
You did not run the marathon.
I'm feeling good, though. Listen, look at what the Bucks have done last year in terms of the triumvirate, the three small guys, KPJ, GT2, AJ, along with Giannis. Look at that, 100 percentile in net rating, offensive rating, effective field goal percentage, opponent turnover rate. That's what I love. And then their defensive rating right there at the 100 percentile also. That's amazing. Not so much what they do offensively, but how they have just stifled teams at the defensive end.
It was a nice surprise gift, right? That Doc Rivers kind of realized towards the end of the season.
Yeah.
And Giannis playing with those three guards, and Giannis there's finding one of the triumvirate. Porter Jr. can't knock down the corner shot.
And that's when I came up with that name, because I noticed how Doc was putting them in, especially in fourth quarters. And they would like shut down, lock down defensively, knocking down threes, and started to look at those advanced numbers, and it was just remarkable how they had played such effective defense as a unit.
Going into that timeout, Bucks on a 11-0 run. Billy Donovan forced to call the timeout. Porter Jr. having a tough time of it. Giannis will put it back, finger roll finish. It's his first points.
Well, and that's the pressure that KPJ puts on the rim. Now you got two or three guys trying to contest his shot, get in his path. You're leaving Giannis unblocked out inside. That's asking for trouble. But he starts with the aggressiveness out top, getting a piece of the paint. Good things happen. Nice cut, nice look by Miles Turner.
Yeah, Miles was looking for a cutting Giannis. Pass is deflected, but back to moments ago, Giannis, the playmaker.
So you see KPJ, there's three guys around him in terms of Giddey and Buzelis and his own man Okoro, and nobody's there to box out Giannis on the weak side of the board. That's like taking candy from a little baby. How cool that is when I think about it. I didn't want to say it. Came up with that.
Well, I'm just curious, what was your marathon time, by the way? You're just...
Yeah, started yesterday. Started yesterday morning.
It's not 26.2 miles over a course of like 3 months. It's supposed to be one day.
Yeah. Just make a stop at IHOP for a minute.
Here's Kitty spinning off of Gary Trent Jr. Bobby Portis has entered for the first time here tonight.
Call a lift after about 2 miles. All right. Bucks are looking to get down. This Bull team, they're second in pace in exhibition. It's still exhibition, but 109 possessions per 48 minutes. So they will play fast. Good pass.
Yeah, Miles Turner tosses it up, draws the foul. He's the Bucks' leading scorer here so far. He's actually the game's leading scorer he's got 6 points. Gary Trent Jr.'s got his 8 points. And between the two of them, 14 of the first 18 points.
Yeah, 6 points, 4 rebounds. He's been really active. Miles Turner, I really believe he's going to have just a career rebounding year, especially if they roll with this smaller lineup a lot.
Milwaukee Bucks open practice. It's coming up next Sunday. You know the drill. It's a free event for fans at 5-Serve Forum. Bucks.com/practice to get involved. That's October 19th. You won't want to miss it. Turner knew that was a miss. Tried to chase it down. Look at KPJ diving on the deck. Nearly getting the ball back. The Bulls have numbers, though. Positive numbers. Oh, Miles Turner from behind.
We'll have none of that. God.
KPJ to AJ. The Bills have missed the last 9 shots going into this possession. There it is, Buzelis. Count the bucket and the foul.
God, Matas Buzelis. I got to figure out who he reminds me of. But now this block by Miles Turner. Great hustle on the part of Kevin Porter Jr. getting on the floor, and then watch Miles Turner. What's this, Okoro? Sumo? Who is that? Coming in there trying to go with the left hand, trying to, close the gap, use his body to shield off Miles. But Miles has got a 7'4" wingspan, Lisa. That's crazy. Brook had a 7'6", but Miles is even more athletic, so his is like 7'8" if he was Brook. That makes any sense.
That makes sense. To me, it makes sense. AJ in and out. I didn't know he was allowed to miss after going 5 for 5 from the field and 7 for 7 from the free throw line on Thursday.
Trust me, the Bulls are aware also.
There's Buzelis, knocks down the 3. Now it's Doc Rivers' turn to call the timeout. The Bulls with a nice response after they called a timeout. We'll take a timeout with everyone. Has his popcorn party. Bulls having a nice little party as of late, forcing Doc Rivers to call the timeout. Talk about franchise records from last season. No DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine gets traded. But they set franchise records last year in scoring, assists per game, and three-pointers made. It's the three-pointers made that really was the biggest difference from a DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine sort of team to last year's team.
Well, they increased their volume by almost 9 per game from one season to the next. Now, according to Grok, she's telling me that's the biggest increase in NBA history, but don't trust Grok. She's all over the place, man. AI, I have to let her know about herself sometimes. But
careful with AI, Marcus.
That's a huge number, and that's impressive. But it's all because they're playing at a faster tempo and really looking to push the pace, get up and down the floor, shoot early in the shot clock.
Oh, they're trying to do the same here this year. Gary Trent Jr. picks the pocket of Buzelis. Oh! And the putback is good from Ryan Rollins.
Gary Trent Jr. frustrated he didn't get a foul call, but he's so good at kind of shielding off that defensive player with his body.
Yeah, he knew Buzelis, all 6'10" of him, was hunting him down like his shadow.
Yeah, and then give Ryan Rollins, I believe that was Ryan Rollins. Ryan Rollins a lot of credit for following up on the play. I just saw Cole Anthony out there on the floor too. Nice. Don't want to make a steady diet of mid-range jumpers, but that's a part of Cole Anthony's arsenal.
Well, Patrick Williams now coming off the bench. Signed a 5-year deal before last year, but had some career-low numbers last season.
Yeah, but to his credit, Lisa, he spent the summer with the guard whisperer, Olin Simplus, out in Los Angeles, running sand dunes, working on skill work. They're going to use him to advance the ball up the floor. This has got to be a back.
Yeah,
right?
I thought it was off the foot. I thought of Jones. They play on.
That's a bad call.
And then they get a bucket out of it, too.
Doc Rivers conferring with his guys on the sideline, because he had crossed the mid-court line, Trey Jones did, and then kicked the ball back into the backcourt off his heel.
I'll have to take another look at it. Cole Anthony over to Ryan Rollins. He's got a cool 5 points.
Well, Doc Rivers talked about it. Cole Anthony might be his best distributor for this second unit. And then you use Ryan Rollins as that spot-up shooter. Use A.J. Green as a spot-up shooter.
Well, Marcus, I think we got a good look at what we thought would be a backcourt violation. You see his body, but the ball is still...
Yeah, technically.
It hits his foot.
Yeah, ball was just on the other side of that mid-court line.
It's so like all 3 parts, right?
Yeah,
have to be across.
My bad. Good job, Danielle.
No, in real time, it looked like it was a violation.
Yeah, I thought he was a good 2 or 3 feet over that mid-court line when it happened.
It's a great look by our crew. Bobby Portis, that's a great look from up top.
Telling you, it's 4th time in his career, I expect Bobby to be over 40% from the 3-point line.
Now, Io DeSumo pursuing and finding, count the bucket.
Now, I read something about DeSumo looking better after the Achilles injury this season than everybody expected. But nice job, Ryan Rollins, to get that defender to drift in Zach Collins. And better read the scouting report. Bobby Portis has been, he's been up and down in terms of 40-plus years, but when he's really good, he's really good. And I think he's going to be really good from that distance this season.
Here's Cole Anthony. Doc Rivers had talked to him about running this team, and he finds Bobby Portis for 3.
That's the kind of volume looks that you want to get. I love the fact that there's no hesitation, but still kind of figuring out this new style of play. Nice.
Collins for 2.
That's a great pass. Pat Williams as the distributor. Patrick Williams, nice job. Zach Collins using his size inside against a smaller defender.
He's involved in a trade with Sacramento and Chicago, and a part of this last Bulls bucket.
That's what you're supposed to do when you're a 7-footer and you got a 6'2", 6'3" Cole Anthony trying to defend you. You go old school. Get him on your behind and post him up.
And we got a moving screen on Bobby Portis. That's his first.
Checking into the Bulls.
Well, Kyle Kuzma, Bobby Portis, like we had talked about, everyone is available here for the Bucks, and I think what you'll see here in the first half is a lot of minutes from some of the regular rotation guys. It'll be interesting to see how much Giannis plays. 5 minutes here so far. Patrick Williams in and out, the rebound to Kuzma. This is what he can do, rebound and then push it. Gets it right back.
Yeah, they want Kuz in playmaking mode also. He's allowed, get it off the glass, push it up yourself, again, try and continue to get downhill, get a piece of the paint.
And you'll see that more, right, in the non-Giannis minutes with Kuzma taking it.
Looking for a way to get consistent point production. Just get consistently good quality shots when Giannis is not on the floor. Nice.
The kick out. Kuzma drills it. Lots of confidence with that stroke right now.
Yeah, that's Kuz's work all offseason with Clint Parks, his excellent skill development guy. Has been on catch and shoots, the things that he knows he's going to have to do well this season.
Yeah, he'll be the first to tell you he was not happy with his playoff performance last year against the Pacers. And Collins gets another bucket. Zach Collins 2 for 2, 4 points in 2 minutes off the bench here so far.
I mean, Cruz got down to like under 6 points a game in the playoffs last year. Nice. And here's another guy, Taurean Prince. You talk about volume threes. How do you get him up from 36.6 per game? You don't hesitate shooting those. And Taurean has really come out first couple of exhibition games shooting shots he's passed up in the past.
Oh, Patrick Williams not shy from distance at all. And knocks down another one. To your point, though, Marcus, I'm looking at the three-point shooting. 8 of 16 right now for the Bucks. 50%.
It's the first quarter? Guys, this is a Twilight Zone moment. This is still the first quarter. You got up 16 threes. Wow. That's nice.
It's 11 two-point shots, if my math is right. Cole Anthony steps it back, high off the glass. I mean, that's an old school kind of move and shot.
Again, mid-range, off the dribble, but that's a part of his package. So you've got to give him the freedom to go to that move.
And the art of going off glass.
Yep. A little bit of a fade on that.
Well, final few seconds, shot clock's out of play. Bucks can hold it for one. Rollins takes a peek over to Kuzma. Puts up yet another three, launches it short. That's the final shot of the first quarter. 35-29. All but one guy, A.J. Green, did not score here in the first quarter, and they played like 10 guys in the first. The Bucks have a 35-29 lead over the Bulls. Lucky enough to live to 106 years old like Sister Jane did, and before the game, the Bulls honoring this Chicago icon, and not just really a Chicagoland icon, but a sports icon. You know, Sister Jean rocked the sports world when Loyola made it to the Final Four in 2018, and like I said, if we can all be so lucky to live the life, not only the length that she did, but the way that she did. One of the kindest and most real people that I have ever come across.
She was just as much of a star during that NCAA tournament as the players were.
Almost the star, right? The leading star.
Yeah. Good play, Javon Carter, former Buck. Now, did he have a prediction in terms of how many threes?
He did. He told me 5 before the game.
Okay.
That's kind of our thing.
Okay.
He's usually actually pretty accurate if he gives me a number, so we'll see.
Yeah, he came over and said hello to me, then he was like immediately, "Where's Lisa?" I got something to tell her.
I feel like he's looking for it here. We'll pass it off. The Bucks, by the way, after that first quarter, the most three-point attempts last season, by the way, 56, if you're tracking that. They had 17 here in the first quarter. They're on pace for 68 today.
Tough try on that tween maneuver by Ryan Rollins through a couple of defenders, and then Cole Anthony knows he should have just let that go. That thing was headed out of bounds with a lot of mustard on it.
Giannis played 5 minutes, a couple of points in that first quarter. Gary Trent Jr. leading the way with the 8 points. You know, again, these are Giannis's first preseason minutes. Bucelis led the way for the Bulls with 6 points in the first quarter. Stefano's going for one of his 5 off the mark. Kuzma tips it in and battling for it. Bulls thought the ball was still on the rim.
That's one of the things he worked on, was better balance on his finishes. Not get, as we see with that Torian Prince with the offensive foul. But Kuz, better balance. So, you know, last year he would fall down trying to draw a foul. Here, contact, 2 feet strong, and then stays with it because he's still in the play. Stay in the play, Kuz. Good things happen. You're 6'10" and long. Use that length and athleticism. Nice.
Use the cutting capability. Ryan Rollins finding him beautifully on that play, in that action. A 10-point Bucks advantage. A timeout from the Bulls.
He cut his hair. He's cutting off the ball. There's a lot of cuts going on out here. A lot of good cuts. Good finds.
10-point edge. We go inside the play, brought to you by Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin. How'd they get their last bucket?
Well, it's like you're tied to your defender on a string. So once Giddey goes, Kuz goes. He just kind of pulls him along like a draft right there. He's going to go help. You sprint right behind him. You know that area is going to be open. And props to Ryan Hollins for the nice find, and all Kuz has got to do is catch an easy finish inside.
How about assists here tonight? 10 of them by the Bucks. 10 of their 15 buckets. Ryan Rollins with that latest. He's got a couple.
Well, I'm loving the ethos, the characteristic spirit, I had to look that up, of this team right now. It's just really, really, really impressive. Unselfish, playing hard, playing great defense.
Backdoor cut by Patrick Williams.
That's a good play. I mean, those are going to happen, especially when you've got a passer as good as Josh Giddey is with the basketball. had 7 triple-doubles last season for the Bulls, most since Michael Jordan.
Noah Asenge off the bench here, who is playing his first minutes here tonight for the Bulls.
So watch Josh Giddey. I mean, you know, he is so good right there, Kuz. You know, one pass away, you are allowed to deny, and the Bulls use that aggressiveness of the Bucks perimeter defenders against them.
Noah Asenge drafted 12th by the Bulls, youngest on the team. He's actually 18 years old, younger to Bucelis by 2 years. That's hard to do. Bucelis is turning 21 tomorrow, to put that in perspective.
Well, he's from that INSEP Academy over in Paris, outside of Paris. Tony Parker, Boris Diaw, Clint Capella, Evan Fournier, Rooney Turioff. It's kind of a basketball factory. They do a great job. It's you live on campus, you go to school on campus, and you get fed a full diet of hoops while you're there.
He's actually 3 days older than Cooper Flagg, who's the youngest in the NBA currently here this year. The miss and a loose ball foul.
I saw Cooper Flagg break off LaMelo Ball in the game, I think yesterday. But highlight worthy, very highlight worthy. These young players are remarkable for just being so ready to come in on this level. I mean, at 18, man, I wasn't thinking about trying to play against these pros every single night and being effective. Nice.
Kuzma spinning. Why is that? Is it the skill development that these guys are getting early?
It's the skill development. It's the training that they get in terms of strength and conditioning, and just familiarity. You know, just familiarity playing against this level of competition.
Giddey checks his feet. 10 seconds here to work with on the shot clock. He'll throw it up. Now they're going to get TP for another foul. That's his second.
And that was really close to Giddey being in the act of shooting. A little shot fake. Watch that left hand, a little bit of a push right there as he feels the presence of that backside screen. I think that was Zach Collins coming over. So Bucks get a bit of a break there.
That's the Damian Lillard rule, I like to call it.
Yeah.
Is it a shooting foul or is it not? Giannis has checked back in, as you can see. He's played 5 minutes in the first quarter. Giddey gets his three-pointer.
I like Josh Giddey. I mean, he just knows how to play the game. Still so young. And with his court vision, just makes himself a factor.
Cole Anthony. Boy, he's good with the basketball, isn't he?
That was the epitome of deceleration. Go hard and then turn on the brakes almost in midair.
Now, Doc Rivers, his comments post-game after Thursday's game against Detroit for Cole Anthony were interesting. He said, you know, we initially thought he could be a really good scoring point guard for us, but after watching him handle the basketball, we're realizing he could be a good playmaking point guard for us as well.
Well, that's what he was coming out of high school in New York City, one of the most heralded schoolboy preps of his generation. And just a terrific handle, son of Greg Anthony, so he's, you know, really well schooled. There's that deceleration to let Giddey pass by. But his ability to pass across his body and cross-court dimes with one hand, left or right, has really impressed me here early.
You highlighted that on Thursday.
Yeah.
That was really interesting. Some of the nuances that maybe fans don't pick up.
That's the modern NBA basketball game, being able to execute that play.
Collins saw it crease, but loses it. It's off him last. It'll be Bulls basketball.
Rollins did a nice job in attack mode, but same thing against Detroit when he got a couple shots blocked early and then was able to finish off a play at the rim late. I think he's got to focus all the way through, come hard, not get mano-a-mano like Doc accused him. And
well, you see that pressure too, 94 feet.
yeah.
No turnover there, but trust me, the Bulls are thinking about it.
But Rollins and Asar Thompson got into a little bit of, you know, mano-a-mano, trying to see who could be the most physical player. And Doc said that's okay if you can play through it, but he didn't think Ryan did a good job of playing through it that game.
Well, Kuzma chases down the pass. TP fakes the pass and makes the shot.
And that was the right play. I mean, Rollins was open in the corner. Initially, that pass fake, the defender closed down that passing lane and it left TP open.
Taurean Prince, the third best three-point field goal percentage last year. 44%, started 73 of the 80 games that he played in. This year, it looks like he'll be coming off the bench. The Bulls attacking, and there's the rookie finishing off.
Senior just kind of knows how to play. They thought he was a kind of a G League automatic this season, but now I'm reading where they're not so sure. He's played well enough to reconsider that.
Giannis from up top looks it off to Rollins. 8 seconds to work with. Ryan uses a Giannis screen. Boy, the three-point shooting is hot. That's their 10th three-point make of the game.
As Doc would say while he's working on that in practice, that's good action. That's really good action. Two-man basketball between Ryan Rollins and Giannis.
That's Javon Carter. That's three-pointer number 1.
Okay, 1 down, 4 to go. He's out here trying to make it happen for you.
He is. He's shot 5 times here already. Kyle Kuzma. I like the spirit that Javon plays with. Yeah. He's Okoro checks his feet. He knocks down the three-pointer. And now Doc Rivers will call a timeout. The three-point efficiency has not been the strength here tonight for the Bulls, but they hit their last 2 attempts and forced the Bucks timeout. Get the Boy Is Mine tour to Fiserv Forum on Friday. Get your tickets today at fiservforum.com. Got some Bucks fans, some Packers fans. I'm sure there's some Brewers fans in here as well. Congrats to the Brewers, by the way, for eliminating the Cubs and moving on to the championship series. How about three-pointers here that we've seen in the first half?
How about them Brewers? Yeah, we've seen a lot of great passing. Look at that, the extra pass finds the open corner 3 for Gary Trent. Oh, Anthony, little kick behind, and then great two-man basketball. Great action between Ryan Rollins and Giannis on that right side with the backside cleared out.
Well, the Bucks are 2 for 2 from 3 in the second quarter. Kyle Kuzma leading the way right now in the second quarter with his 4 points. And a 4-point edge here for the Bucks over the Bulls. Pass deflected by Jones. 8 seconds here to work with. Turner from up top, finding Giannis, and Buzelis got him from behind. You know what? It was a big night for Milwaukee, the state of Wisconsin, and the Bucks were there in person to watch the Brewers in an elimination Game 5.
On Moss, showing up, protected. No, excuse me, not protecting, but showing up, supporting is the word I'm looking for. And protecting if anything jumps off. They're there to handle it.
They had a good time. They took the bus down to Chicago after the game. I'm told that some of the fans there were saying, man, the Bucks got to come back. They're good luck. And I know they all enjoyed it.
Yeah.
6 minutes left to play here in the second quarter.
Think how great the luck would be if they included the announcers with that crew next time they have a situation like that.
I thought you were. It was a last-minute invite.
Yeah, it was. I was invited, but
you had to get down here to prepare for the marathon.
There you go. I had to start the marathon. I was already running.
You had already started running your marathon,
Exactly.
So you had no time to be in person at the baseball game.
Oh, boy. Taking a break, 2 or 3 hour break.
Your man Buzelis, have you figured out who he reminds you of?
Well, a little Laurie Markkinen, the finisher who used to be a Bull, as a matter of fact. But that's not quite it, but it's just that mobility for a guy at 6'10" who can shoot outside, put it on the floor, highly skilled. And he's actually he's Lithuanian descent. Both parents from Lithuania, played professionally over there, but he's from the Chicago area, or outside of Chicago. But attended like 4 different schools, high schools, prep schools back east to Brewster Academy.
Our research notes also said that he bulked up in the offseason, but if you look at him, he's one of those guys that can have like 20,000 calories in a day and not know it. Well, the Bulls right now on an 8-0 run after those Buzelis free throws. Nice. Giannis with the putback, his first slam of the preseason.
So Buzelis went from, what, 178 to 180?
I feel like it.
That's what it looks like, but he's a young guy. We talked about his youth, and, man, his skills are just really, really impressive. Handling the basketball, a big like that, he's got success written all over him.
Well, quicker pacing and ball movement there by the Bulls. We showed you some of the franchise records that they broke last year. They were actually second in pace in the league last season. Here's Giannis attacking Okoro. Oh, count it. James Capers is going to give it to him in an and-one chance.
Stay with it, big fella. He'd already started his shooting motion. And he heard the whistle. And I was thinking about passing right around here. You know, not so much passing, but not finishing off the play. But, you know, he's been around too long, 13 years in this league, 30 years old. You don't have to tell him to get that thing up on the glass. You never know what's going to happen.
Marcus, you were asking who's going to guard Giannis, right? We've seen Buzelis now, Okoro, and it's something for the Bulls to consider when we get into the regular season. There'll be 4 meetings between these teams.
It's always a quandary. I don't care who you are, because if you put the smaller player on him, then you got a big that's got to deal with the.
Wow, that was quick. Buzelis, the back door, Vucevic. That's a point center.
But just a great pass by Vuce. With that quick twitch, that bounce to get off the floor, right at the catch by Buzelis.
KPJ driving past Buzelis, making it tough. He's got that 6'10" frame, and there he is again, gliding to the rack.
It's no fluke. He is having somewhat of a spectacular preseason, and I see why they are so high on him. They're talking about him as another one of these most improved candidates, and he's legit. Nice.
AJ Green, his first points. Surprised it's taken him this long to find it. He's only shot 3 times, though, here in the first half.
Well, the scouting report, they're locked into him. They're not giving him a lot of open looks now. They understand, Billy Donovan, he knows Billy's a smart coach. It's like, stay connected with A.J. Green. Do not give him open 3-point looks.
And having said that, here's the depth of the Bucks. Okoro, what a move. But even without A.J. hitting his first 3 with 4 minutes to go, the Bucks had hit 10 without that. Here's Giannis, finger roll finish.
Giannis just manhandling whoever it is. That time it was Nikola Vucevic, who's a vet, who's sturdy and stocky.
And just like that, now he's up to 8 points in 11 minutes, 4 of 5 shooting.
Now, as much work as he put in on his outside shooting this offseason, he wanted to come in looking to shoot more threes, but he played more of a conventional big position with the Greek national team, and that's how he's playing out here tonight. He is just bully ball, just taking it to the hole, using that size, that strength. Talking about a guy that's bulked up. I mean, that's a guy that's bulked up.
You can tell.
Buzelis,
right.
Buzelis, take a look at this guy, from when he came into the league 13 years ago to where he is now.
Giannis's arms were almost as skinny as Buzelis, right? As a rookie.
He was. Almost a carbon copy the way he looked coming in, but that gives you an idea of the work that he has put in on sculpting his body.
KPJ between the legs. There's another look for Miles.
Vucevic had to come in and help out on the roll. Giannis rolling, worried about the lob, open up that open 3-point shot.
AJ challenges Okoro and forces the air ball. Well, Miles Turner has taken 3 shots. He's made 2 of them, all of them from 3-point territory. Giannis spins off of Buzelis. Take that.
Buzelis, both palms in the air, like, what am I supposed to do with that? Giannis just manhandled him to get position inside, but you got to be ready for it. The officials are not going to call that.
Oh, quick hands, but a foul call. I love that, though. Gary Trent Jr. and KPJ pursuing. Gary Trent's going to get whistled for the foul.
Watch how physical he is with Buzelis. Right there, clearing him out just to open up that passing lane, and that was the point of Buzelis' frustration with the officials. But hey, they're going to allow Giannis. He's a 2-time MVP, perennial All-Star, first-team All-Pro.
Josh Giddey returning for the Bulls.
Matis Buzelis, you mentioned it, from the Chicagoland area, his 2nd year in the NBA.
He's another one of those. Was he G League Ignite? He's one of the developmental league guys.
G League Ignite, you got it. You've done your homework.
Checking into the Bulls.
19 points in the opener against Cleveland. Buzelis has actually been leading this team in scoring. We haven't seen Kobe White. He's been dealing with a calf injury, hasn't played yet in the preseason, and is scratched again here for tonight. KPJ floating. Gary Trent Jr. ringing it up. 12 of 22 from 3 in the first half.
And I just love the vision by KPJ to make it happen. I mean, last year, certain situations, he might have tried to throw a difficult shot, contested underneath the backboard. At times, just did it to set up his guys.
I know he did not give Giannis the too small sign after that lay-in. Maybe he was adjusting his perspective. I'm going to say, Io, that if you did, that is not a smart way to go. I don't know if we have a...
Yeah, well, Io didn't believe that himself. You know.
That's right. He did not. Okay. He was merely adjusting. Let's see. This is...
It's a good quick layup inside.
Okay, so he was... Okay. I was like... on the corner of my eye, I was looking away. Saw that
He
arm
knows
down.
better than that.
I was hoping. Kickball. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Because you don't want to mess with Giannis.
No, you don't.
Don't want to poke the bear.
Now, look, I hate to be a prisoner of the moment, but this is just a third exhibition game. The first time when Giannis has been on the floor, this team looks really, really high functioning right now.
Very high functioning.
You know what I mean? It just looks, the eye test.
Yep. The chemistry, the cohesion, the pace of play, the physicality in a positive way. AJ reaching in.
Well, and let me say this, too. I mean, you got to credit the coaching staff in terms of how they've approached training camp, the kind of drill work they're doing, the skill work they're doing. You know, it's a lot of 5-on-5 type stuff as we look at the brain trust. Garvin Ham and Greg Buckner and Dave Yeager and Doc Rivers and Rex Kalamian, they've done a tremendous job because, you know, you see the carryover on the floor. Just the spirit that they're playing with, playing together, playing for each other.
And how about the vision, too, for General Manager John Horst and the front office staff, too? You know, they have the makeup and the vision of where they want to go. They want to get younger. They want to get faster. They want to get quicker.
And it's one thing to go out and get pieces, but it's another thing to put it together so that it forms one cohesive unit, and you play to the strengths of the guys that you have on the floor. And the fact that Doc is starting this triumvirate, I mean, right now, you know, we thought maybe it's Kyle Cooper, maybe it's Torian Prince.
That was Turner with Gary Trent Jr. in the corner of his eye.
But this kind of a lineup was an analytics darling last year. We talked about the on-court productivity of these three players along with Giannis and whomever else. Doc is having a lot of trust in that.
And that's just timing right there. A.J. Green knocks it down, but Giannis knew where A.J. was going to be, right? And the timing of that pass.
Key is just don't move. Once he sees you, stay in that position and just allow him to get the basketball, deliver the basketball. The worst thing you could do is drift to the right or to the left trying to find his vision. He's already seen where you are. You know, he sees him right there. Sees him exactly right where he is. And once Vucevic kind of sags inside for help, just kicks it right back out.
That to me is the IQ of Giannis. Yep. What you just said. He waited. He knew Vooch was going to come and double team, and
baited
he
him.
Waited for that.
Straight bait maneuver.
What's his usage rate going to look like, do you think, Giannis?
Oh man, it could be as high as 38, 36, 37. Right around his career high numbers. Not sure if he's ever broken the 40% usage rate threshold, but he may be up around there somewhere.
Do you see him another 30-point game or 30-point season?
Well, you know, it's funny. We're doing the Here District on YouTube podcast with my son Chris.
Shameless plug.
Wherever you get your podcast listening pleasures from. But we talked about it, and I said, I think 27, 20. I didn't say 30. I just thought his numbers.
I feel the same.
Scoring will go down slightly, but his usage, his assists, all those numbers.
What do you think his assist numbers are going to look like?
Well, so it's 6.5 last year. I think I called in between somewhere 8, 8+ this season. You know.
Offensive foul in the box, number 34.
And we got a foul here on Giannis.
He wants to have some words with this new official.
That's his third personal.
Nate Curley.
Nate Curley. In his second season, he's the umpire. Danielle Scott is the referee. James Capers is our crew chief. In and out for Vucevic.
Doc trying to explain the ways of the world of Giannis to Nate Curley. let Doc handle it, Giannis.
I don't know how many times you've seen Giannis play, but
he's trying to tell him that Okoro's kind of getting underneath him, trying to take his legs out.
to Nate's credit, he's listening.
Nate's like, oh, is that what he was doing? Okay, I'll look for it next time.
He's getting a lesson from both Doc and Giannis tonight.
Like
But this is honestly, this is what I love about communication with the officials. He's listening. He's sharing his side of it.
Well, he knows he's an inexperienced official. How many games has he done?
He done 4 last year. This is his second season, 4 last year.
All 4? You're like,
that's what I'm told. 4 last year. Look, there was a time where you only played 4 NBA games too. Marcus
he's done 4
Johnson.
games? No, it's not that. I'm just surprised at the lack of experience.
There's got to be a 5 somewhere.
There's got to be a 5.
Right, even though it's preseason.
But I like that even more. Don't come in here thinking like you know everything.
Well, exactly.
You've refed all of 4 games. Be open. Be open to instruction. Nice.
Finger roll finish from Ayo.
Ayo looks good, too. Out of Illinois, local kid. I mean, that's a nice job. Achilles injury. This season was cut short in terms of games played last year, but he looks so spry and athletic and springy right now.
Had some shoulder issues last year as well. Giannis gets that Okoro matchup once again. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Backs him down, spins baseline. Left it short. I wonder if that will be the last shot attempt for Giannis here tonight. Doc had said that he's open to discussion at halftime. But originally like Giannis to play just the first half, but we'll have to see if we'll see more Giannis here in the second half. But the Bucks have looked good against the Bulls. 65-61 is your halftime score here from the Windy City. The Sooners and Badgers will meet at Five-Star Forum on Friday, October 24th to compete in the Bad Boy Mowers Series, Milwaukee. A preseason exhibition game prior to the start of the men's college basketball season. Get your tickets now. Marcus Johnson, Lisa Byington with you, just moments away here from starting the second half. It is 65-61. 10 players have played here for the Bucks. All 10 have scored at least a bucket here in the first half, and we look at our leading scores, a couple of double-digit scores. Gary Trent Jr. Heavy lifting there in the first quarter. Giannis heavy lifting in the second quarter. Really efficient minutes. 10 points and 15 minutes of play, and it looks like we're going to see Giannis here at the start of the third quarter as he takes off his warm-up. Yeah, and we both kind of had that feeling just based on the flow of the game and how easy the game was for him in that first half, and he wants to continue to get himself not only in better condition, but to gel with his teammates, to find that sweet spot with Miles Turner playing with him. And the only way you do that is not so much in practice going up and down, but in actual game situations. So with Giannis back in, the same 5 starters, it looks like, will also be surrounding him to begin this third quarter. And the same starters here for the Bulls. So in this third preseason game, sometimes you see that in all kinds of sports, the NFL, where the coaches pick kind of one game where they want to see sort of the regular rotation guys go at it. A.J. Green creeps behind the defense for 2. Yeah, nice back cut difference for the Bulls. They start Isaac Okoro on Giannis as opposed to Modest Buzelis. Give Buzelis a little bit of a break, let him do some things offensively. Yeah, there's a cutting, floating, soaring Buzelis, though, for 2. Soaring is the perfect description of that finish. Nice job off the ball, just cut off that high screen, caught the defender trailing. A.J. Green, another catch-and-shoot situation for him. It took him till 4 minutes to score, but he's already at 8 points here in the game. He can put up some points really quickly. Trey Jones walked with it. It's this offense by Buzelis. Nice job just coming off that high slice cut. Weak side elbow screen. Got Gary Trent. Now Gary Trent kind of worried about him more popping out toward that three-point line. Okoro defending Giannis. Steps it back. Short. I like that he's taking that shot, though. No, this is what it's all about.
take more jump shots. Look to shoot more threes, at least early, if that's what you're going to do once the regular season starts.
What's a good number of threes for Giannis? See him taking more threes. Is it 1 to 2?
Well, he shot 0.9, under 1 3 a game last year. Career high is like 4.7. Around 3.6 is what he's done 2 or 3 years ago. I don't mind between 3 and 4 threes a game.
I'm with you. I'd like to see him. I think that's the next level of development, right, in his game.
And especially you're talking about increasing your volume.
The goal finished by Giddey.
Yeah, Giannis gives you 2 more. You find a way to get 2 or 3 more in terms of forcing turnovers or just being more intentional. And all of a sudden now, instead of middle of the pack, you're in top 5 in terms of 3-point field goal attempts.
Now Miles Turner, another 3-pointer, his 3rd of the night.
When you go from 36.6 to 40, you're in the top 5 in this league based on last year. Now you got about 17 teams right now shooting 40 or more. Still early, but that's a lot of 3-pointers being hoisted up.
And Turner is the 3rd player to get to double figures for the Bucks. He's got 11 points, a couple of free throws, and then 3 3-point makes. Okoro gets blocked by Giannis. KPJ to Giannis, and just thundering his way to the bucket. Count it.
Giannis's maneuverability. Now he gives you a bit of an in and out. He's coming down, full head of steam, quick little crossover, quick change of pace. Okoro was out of defensive position, did not have that right foot set so that he could try and pick up an offensive foul, and that's just, child's play for Giannis. Initiate contact, play through the whistle.
With 3 personals on Okoro. This is probably really, like I've talked about in the first half, interesting intel by Billy Donovan and his coaching staff. When the games mean something, how are the Bulls going to defend Giannis when he's playing a regular set of minutes for the Bucks?
And for me, it's always been, well, it used to be. It's not so much the case anymore. Giannis has gotten that much smarter as an offensive player. Nice job, Kevin Porter Jr., not allowing the and one by Trey Jones. But the smaller, stouter, stockier defenders against Giannis, it used to be your best bet. But now he's so good at just kind of playing off of contact and using that, that interior strength of smaller defenders against him.
Like an Aaron Nesmith, right? Like a stockier defender.
Yep. But he's normally too quick for the bigger guys to stay in front of him, and if you don't have the size and you're smaller.
And you wonder if Giannis is going to be used more as a playmaker, if that also adjusts who defends him.
Right.
Pick him up at the perimeter. Kevin Porter Jr. takes the contact, body bucket and 1.
He's got to maintain the same type of composure, the same type of mindset, shot selection, but staying aggressive. I mean, it's a happy medium that you've got to find. You want to stay in attack mode, but you just don't want to, throw up bad shots. And he feels like he's got a distinct advantage against Trey Jones, just size alone. Does a great job using it.
Kevin Porter Jr. makes good on the free throw. The and 1 chance, and the lead is back up to 10. Largest lead has been 12 for the Bucks here tonight.
Everybody's picking up 94 feet. That time, A.J. Green against Josh Giddey. Not trying to steal it, but just waste as much time off that shot clock as you want, as you can.
KPJ knocks it away. And even that aggressiveness there in the quarter court. They're going to adjust the time on the shot clock.
And this smaller lineup with KPJ, AJ, and Gary Trent. I mean, we talked about their defensive acumen last season, being in the 95th to 100th percentile. Opponent effective field goal percentage, defensive rating, all those metrics, they just charted off the boards. And it's that kind of effort that you mentioned with KPJ fighting, not giving up post-up positions.
They're in the restricted area. So 3.8 seconds went to 6 seconds on the shot clock. Buzelis gets a wide open look and drills it. And Buzelis has his second 3-point make. He's got 19 in the game.
But even that play, Gary Trent Jr. left Buzelis to try and help out on penetration. So it's still selfless basketball. Even though you got burned on the play, The intention was good.
Miles Turner.
And Miles Turner is a 39.5%.
And they're going to get A.J. Green for the foul.
There's that play I was talking about with Gary Trent. There's a penetration. There's Gary Trent going to cut off Vucevic. Now that's a slow rotation. I'll say a little bit of a late rotation on the part of Kevin Porter Jr. But that's the, that's the right defense that you want to play. And that's something that you can clean up in film session and make sure you don't give that open of a look again. Make it put it on the floor and have to create a play, Buzelis.
A.J. Green picked up his 4th personal. This is Trey Jones at the free throw line.
They're loving Trey Jones. That pickup has been really good for them. Just in terms of taking care of the basketball, but still able to produce double-digit points and 6 or 7 assists a game.
Really valuable when a guy like Kobe White isn't playing here right now for the Bulls. 8 seconds. Turner to Green. 5 seconds. A.J. gives it to Giannis. He thought about the three-pointer, passes it up, finds Turner instead, who draws the foul.
He was wide open, but just couldn't help himself. He saw an open man and had to give up the basketball. There's Miles on the roll. Giannis is right there. Right there's the open shot if he wants it, but also nobody accounting for Miles Turner in the restricted area.
That's 4 personals now on Okoro. And Miles Turner has free throws 5 and 6 here tonight. Coming up, makes the first. The Student Rush presented by Ticketmaster is here. Discounted Bucks tickets, exclusive offers, and more. Go to bucks.com/Student Rush. Kitty with that crossover. I guess there's a foul on the floor against A.J. Green again.
A.J. fighting Vucevic. You know he's going to battle. He got switched off on the Vucevic on that high ball screen, and he did everything he could, including wrap his arms around him to not allow him to establish good post-up position.
And it's 5 on A.J. Remember, we saw Ryan Rollins foul out on Thursday in the 3rd quarter. How much longer A.J. is going to play, but he's playing with 5 here right now. And the Bulls doing a good job just drawing a foul, this time against Kevin Porter Jr.
Well, starting with the first preseason game against Miami, that's been the MO of opposing teams, to try and get a switch, use a size advantage against A.J. And you can do that effectively with a high ball screen by a big on Josh Giddey, the guy he's guarding. But fortunately for the Bucks, I mean, you've got enough quality depth where if he gets in foul trouble in the course of a season, you got a Kyle Kuzma to go to, a Taurean Prince. Probably can plug in a Cole Anthony in that situation. Ryan Rollins also.
It's one of the things that is a strength for the Bucks here this year is the depth. You know, you walk into practice and you're like, man, I got like 2 other guys at my position. Gary Trent Jr. above the break, not there. Gets his own miss, shoots again. Can't get it the second time. And hitting a corner shot. Wow, Giannis looking on breaking that speed, gives it up. A.J., the up fake, A.J. Bucks have got a little bit of cold spurt here as Io leaks out for 2. Cuts the lead to 4.
Yeah, well, you're getting the shots you want. I mean, you know, Gary Trent had a couple of good looks at a 3-point shot. There's Giannis, pull up mid-ranger early in the shot clock.
That's their last few attempts. The Bucks have Vucevic push shot. And now the lead is 2. Bulls on a 10-2 run. A.J. from up top.
I mean, that's a deep, deep 3. We're talking close to 28 to 30 foot on that shot.
You know, he doesn't just shoot the 3 as we learned at practice yesterday, by the way.
No?
That's a tease. We'll show it to you. What we're talking about with AJ getting up after this.
AJ Green, just being a great shooter, a great teammate. Caught an alley-oop dunk today that kind of shocked everybody. It shocked you too, right?
He caught a lob on Amir Coffey's head, cocked it back, and dunked it on him. I'm sure he got the content, so y'all see it later.
Okay. Oh man, of course we got the content. Here's the content, Marcus.
Here's the content. Watch AJ on the left side of your screen catch that lob pass from KBJ. And as Gary Trent Jr. so adequately described it, cocks it back, gives him coffee with 2 lumps on that play. But I asked AJ, have you done this before? He said this is the first time he's ever made a lob dunk in live competition on any level.
The first time?
Very first time.
Really?
Very in live competition. He's done it like working out, but in live competition.
Okay.
I was like, you ever done it in a game? He's like, a game? I've never done it in live competition.
Practice, pickup.
He's like, game?
Game? We talking about a game? We talking about a game?
I was like, no kind of live competition ever.
Well, I'd love to see it.
Yeah.
See him do it in a game. Love to see him just dunk in a game.
Getting those late hops.
Yeah, he's going to get it.
Just keep shooting those threes.
You know, the threes are pretty good, too.
Come on, AJ. We've been talking you up, man. You're supposed to know you're supposed to be right on cue and knock that down.
AJ Miles Turner leading the way with 5 points here in the quarter each. And Giddy with a bucket.
He really knows how to use his body extremely well. Shield off that defender, keep him on his backside, and let it go right at the right moment.
AJ Green passes it up. He's got 8 3-point attempts here tonight. Carey Trent Jr., you can count it.
So what happens when you hoist up the plethora of threes that the Bucks have in this game? Now all of a sudden defensively you're trying to shut down that 3-point shot. You're closing out more aggressively. That opens up drives to the basket with impunity. Gary Trent Jr. little contact on the reach. Foul. Falls down. Follows through, finishes off the play.
T2 with an opportunity to pay it off here with the and one. Can't do it there. 13 points for Gary, 13 for Miles, 13 for Giannis, and 11 for AJ Green. Those are your 4 double-digit scores on the Bucks side. Buzelis is the game's leading scorer with 19. Io driving. Wow, he got in and around and under Miles Turner.
Yeah, that's that athleticism, because Miles was tracking that for a block shot once again on a similar kind of a play. But Io, nice job. Got up just high enough to avoid it.
Miles Turner, another 3-pointer and another 3-point make. 5 of them here tonight.
I'll tell you what, I mean, to be able to protect the rim, contest shots, and then knock down deep threes.
I got excited, 4 of them, but number 5 is going to come, perhaps. So rolling in the finish for Vucevic. Checking his feet, Gary Trent Jr. not there.
That's what Doc wants. He wants early in the shot clock 3-pointers. Gary Trent went.
Quick hands by KPJ.
Yeah, nice job.
He's the one that forced that. Here's Kuz running things. Kuz, step through move. Finger roll finish.
You know, this reserve Latin group now with Kuz is on the floor. He's the only one that's reserved. We got Bobby and Cole about to come in the game. But man, they just look really sharp. You don't lose quality. Also, the quality of play just seems to not diminish whatsoever.
And Tosuma with the finish. That's one of the areas that, you know, the Bucks want to improve on, right? There's been a drop-off in particular last year sometimes when the reserves or the second unit would come in. Miles Turner, there's number 5.
Well, and these are those important non-Giannis minutes that you're going to have, you know, 13 to 15 of those during the course of a game, and how do you maintain productivity? How do you make still positive statement? And Miles Turner has really come alive and picked up the slack. Those are deep threes, 3 feet behind the 3-point line. No hezzy. Bury it, big fella.
And a timeout called here by the Bucks. Love seeing those regular rotation guys. 91 points they put up so far.
Thank you for support.
You just go to bucks.com/camps. Marcus Johnson, Lisa Byington with you. 91-84, Bucks and Bulls in the third preseason game, and it's a good one here for Miles Turner. How about 19 points to lead the Bucks with those 5 threes?
Yeah, 5 straight putes from Miles Turner stretching out that defense. This is why he was such a coveted acquisition. Right there, that's a perfect example. The long ball, rim protection, the combination of the two, so valuable for success in today's NBA.
Miles' night might be done. Got the warm-up on. Bobby Portis now has checked in. Cole Anthony has checked in. It went pretty deep in the third quarter with those starters here for the Bucks. Giannis out of the game. And everyone but Kevin Porter Jr., who started the game here for the Bucks, is still in this game.
Giannis got 22 minutes in. Miles got 24. That's a nice run, especially for Giannis' first game back.
6 to shoot. Bobby Portis not there. Bobby got the start on Thursday's second preseason game with Kyle Kuzma out with the hip injury.
Dalen Terry checking in for the Bulls.
And Dalen Terry now has checked in for the Bulls for the first time. And now some of these starters, Buzelis will check out. As Terry checks in, Buzelis, 19 points in 25 minutes. See what the second unit can do here. Prince tosses it away. The 8th turnover, just the first here of the second half, though, for the Bucks. Patrick Williams. There's KPJ. An acrobatic landing. Even though he didn't get the bucket, he'll have a couple free throws here coming up.
Timeout, Chicago.
Had this floor space, TP in the corner. KPJ says, now I'm going to try and get to the rack myself. Does a nice job getting himself fouled, getting to the free throw line.
All right, so the timeout called by the Bulls. There'll be a couple of free throws for KPJ when we resume action. And this is the third preseason game here for the Milwaukee Bucks. They'll finish up the preseason coming up on Tuesday against OKC. And then opening night coming up October 22nd. Our friend Chris Middleton coming to town. NBA doing that on purpose, Marcus?
Yeah, I think that there's a little bit of that in there. Bringing Chris back on opening night with the Wizards, and be good seeing him October 22nd, 22 double deuces, you know. It's the whole thing.
It all makes sense.
It's the whole thing.
I never thought of the 22 thing, but that all makes sense now. Those were some key October games, a matchup with Cleveland, early matchup with the Knicks coming up too. And I don't know how you feel about the Western Conference versus the Eastern Conference with some of the changes with Boston, obviously the injuries with the Pacers. I feel like the Knicks, the Cavs, the Bucks, maybe
Magic,
Orlando.
the Magic,
those are kind of the 4 teams in the
indeed.
East that you have to.
I mean, Atlanta,
contend with at first.
Atlanta with the moves they made, Porzingis down there.
You never know with Atlanta. You know, Atlanta is always
me
the
either.
iffy factor. What do you make of the Pistons, though? That's also
Pistons are real.
iffy factor.
We saw Cade Cunningham the other night give us, 26 points in about 23 minutes. So he's going to be like one of these top 5 to 6 MVP candidates this year. But the Pistons, so definitely are going to be for real. Atlanta, we'll see kind of, what happens with them with the changes they've made. They've done a good job bringing in some really top-notch personnel. But Jalen Johnson, local kid out of Milwaukee, he's back and he's healthy now. And
yeah, that really hurt him when he got hurt.
Yep.
He had a really good performance at Five-Star Forum right before his injury.
But nobody really scares me in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, there's no true front runner.
Even the Cavs, as well as they played last year.
Foul on the Bucks, number 50, Cole Anthony. It's his second.
And meanwhile, I mean, OKC, I don't know, it just would be an interesting kind of preseason matchup to see who they play, see who we play. If
Well, Denver did a good job in terms of personnel-wise, bringing in some key players on the margin to help Jokic, to help Jamal Murray. So I think they'll be right back in the hunt in terms of Western Conference eliteness. Rockets, oh boy. Forgot about the Rockets and Kevin Durant down there and the changes they've made.
I remember when OKC came to town at Five-Star Forum, and boy, you could tell there, like their offense and their defense, it was just off the charts.
Yep.
They were so balanced across the board. Reason why they're the defending champs. Kuzma shoulder fake. And Ryan Rollins breaks it up. Nicely done, Tavalar. Here comes Kuzma. And he will take the hard contact from Collins.
Wow. Doc wants to look at that. He didn't think Zach Collins. I didn't either. It didn't look like Collins was set before Kuz jumped off the floor. Lifted off the floor like Collins was still kind of moving to his right.
And there is a coach's challenge, so they will take a look at it.
Doc jumped up immediately and twirled the finger on that one.
Well, first of all, it was Ryan Rollins that created this turnover.
Well, and that's just great basketball. You know, he knew Williams going left or right behind his back. He just beat him to the spot. I mean, that's a little bit more in Collins' favor than what I saw initially from this angle. Let's see if he's set. Get that right. Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like he's leaning into his right.
Isn't he kind of moving right? He jumps here.
He's just got to be in legal guarding position, right? And
yeah.
The movement thing is.
Can you move that shoulder into defender?
I don't think that's where I have the problem, is that right shoulder.
Yeah, I mean, that initiated the contact. The feet were set, but the upper body was still in motion.
Upon review, at the start of the upward shooting motion, the defender was not set. Therefore, it is a blocking foul and a successful challenge. Milwaukee gets their timeout back. We have 2 free throws on the play.
Good job by
us. And Doc saw that. Well, Doc
and Doc.
Well, Doc didn't. yeah. And Doc too. Let's include Doc on this because he didn't confer with the video guy. Was that Jack? Coach Jack? Was that?
Yeah, he knew right away.
Yeah, he just right away. He twirled the fingers. You know, 26,
like,
27 years of coaching.
in the house.
Yep.
Like, I can see that.
Yep. 26 years of coaching. He knows an offensive foul or not when he sees one.
Proviso East high school guy, always special, as he talked about in the pregame, coming back to Chicago. Doc and Devon Carter, actually the same high school.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Man, that's not the school where the 3 amigos met, Michael Finley and Sherelle Ford and that crew, Donnie Boyce.
Paige and PJ.
It was a proviso, but I don't know if it was East. Is there a proviso west? There's an East. There's got to be a west, right? Maybe they were the other side of town. Okay, now this is the second unit lineup that I really like for the Bucks, and you know, and this is without Jericho Sims. I mean, you could put Jericho Sims in there and take out Kuzma or Prince and allow Bobby Portis to play that 4 spot. Bobby playing the 5 spot right now.
Okay, Giannis and Miles Turner.
You see this a lot.
Proviso West, Isaiah Thomas, Derrick Rose, Kevin Garnett, Michael Finley.
Okay. So that was West. Doc was East. Was that where it was?
Yes. Yeah.
Giannis is always, even in just watching him in practice and training camp, he's so locked in, engaged, running the best for this basketball team. A lot of elements here that look really positive. Seeing them together with Giannis on the floor for the first time.
And I had even asked Doc in the pregame, what are you curious about seeing Giannis play? And he said that he wants to see what it looks like with Miles Turner on the floor.
Isaiah Thomas, Proviso East. Wait a minute. He went to the Catholic school, right?
Well, don't trust AI.
Wait a minute. St. Joseph's?
Yeah.
Coach Pingatore, come on.
You're right. I'm just reading off of AI.
Hoop Dreams.
This is why you don't trust AI.
William Gates, Arthur Agee.
No, you're absolutely right.
He played Arthur Agee
He
played Arthur Agee one-on-one in Hoop Dreams at the St. Joe's camp. Coach Pingatore had.
Do you want to complain?
No, that was AI. Yeah, no.
It is AI. We're looking at it right now.
Boy, oh boy, AI. Not the answer. Not the answer I'm looking for. Not that AI.
Boy, that story really took a turn, huh? We should just stick to the basketball on the court. Here's Kuzma over to Bobby Portis. Kuz tipping it to himself, battling, gets it to go.
Kuz is starting to really regain his form from a couple of years ago when he was dropping 20-plus points with the Wizards.
Kuz the BP. And they're running. They want to get on the move, that's for sure.
Selfless play. Thought Kuz probably should have held on to it himself. You know, Bobby Portis rambling at 6'10", 260 on the move. Tough catch in traffic. But he does a nice job kind of staying with it and falling in balance so he doesn't do any harm to himself.
Zach Collins has got 3 personals. Bobby to the free throw line.
Zach Collins, Lisa.
Yeah.
Bishop Gorman High School in
He
Las
went to the
Vegas.
Viso East.
He went to, yeah, exactly. So, Bishop Gorman, but he played against my son Cyrus when Cyrus was a freshman at Windward. He had to guard him, but they had 3 7-footers, 3 6'10", 6'11". They call them 7-footers. Stephen Zimmerman, Chase Jeter went to Duke, and Zach, and those other 2 guys were more highly rated, thought to be no-brainers in terms of NBA careers, and Collins has surpassed them all. You never know. The Gonzaga had a great stint up there.
And he's in his 8th year,
Yeah.
27 years old.
I like it. He's a really serviceable, physical.
Walking violation, and Terry and Torian Prince get wrapped up.
Got the security in there trying to, Jack Collins and Bobby Portis kind of grabbing each other. Bobby just holding on. Uh-oh. The official goes down. Is that Capers? Jim Capers Jr. takes a spill.
It's just a short drive between these 2 cities. Always a good rivalry, no matter what the sport, and even if it's
Danny Carter holding back Giannis. Giannis wants to look for his ball again. Thinks his ball has been stolen. He's having a flashback to. Here they go with their stuff.
The video and picture that made Danny Carter famous.
Yes, indeed. but Jalen Terry, I mean, Torian Prince was just trying to hold him up, and guys take umbrage to when you're holding them back, like Zach Collins and Bobby Portis. So watch him. He's got him around the waist right there, just doesn't let him fall. And then Terry put some extras on it, grabbed him around the neck. Now, no punches were thrown. There was a lot of animated stuff going on in there, but Danny right there in the middle. Was there a punch in? Danny loses the spectacles, or either he took them off. Danny talking to Torian Prince.
Upon review, because the altercation does not dissolve in a timely manner, we have 4 technical fouls. We have a technical foul on Collins, technical foul on Portis. We have a technical foul on Terry, and he is ejected for attempting to throw a punch, and we have a technical foul on Prince. There will be no free throws, and we will shoot the 2 on the foul on the play.
Okay. So Terry is the only one ejected out of that.
He attempted to throw a punch, and in that scrum, I didn't see it right off the bat.
The play was a travel, so it is Milwaukee's ball side out.
Everybody's trying to get in the act. What was Giannis trying to come over here and tell us?
I don't know. He was coming over looking at a replay.
He was saying something about Danny, I think.
I think he wanted to see the glasses coming off again. Yeah, but Giannis walked over and was pointing at our monitor. He was playing producer all of a sudden.
Hey, Lisa, look. Looking.
I didn't know what I was looking at. I think he was looking
at Danny's glasses.
Danny with glasses, the Danny glasses.
There's Danny. There they come.
Should we call him back over to show him the shot, or?
We found a Giannis.
Let's see it. Okay, wait. Do you want? He's done. He's done.
Yeah.
He's done.
Yeah, didn't want to exacerbate the situation, rubbing it in.
All right, so we resume to playing basketball. The final 33 seconds here of the third.
Just get through the rest of this quarter without any more fireworks. We'll be okay.
Corner shot for Kuz.
Nice. Great cross-court find. I think that was Cole Anthony once again across his body, right into the shooting pocket of the shooter dead corner. Kyle Kuzma, no hesitation on the pull.
16 points for Kyle Kuzma, 50% shooting from the field. His second three-point make, Ayo pulls up, rattles it in, and that's the end of the third quarter. Ayo Dosunmu, and he's got 21 points here to lead the Bulls, and we head to the fourth and final quarter, the final 12 minutes here in Chicago to come.
100 miles, and I'm running. 100 miles, and I'm running. 100 miles, and I'm running. Hide your pride, cause I'm coming, hey, yeah, and I'm hunting, yeah, hey, yeah, yeah, and I'm coming, yeah, hey, for the price, I be coming down.
All right, 3 quarters down, 1 more left to play here in Chicago. Marcus Johnson, Lisa Byington with you. It's actually, the Bulls have outscored the Bucks in the first and the third quarters, but it's the Bucks that have been protecting this advantage into the fourth. It's Cole Anthony, Kyle Kuzma, Bobby Portis, Ryan Rollins, Taurean Prince that opens things up in the fourth and final quarter.
Von Carter knocks down another 3 for you and just start off the fourth quarter. A great find on that delayed roll, and then Kyle Kuzma just bowled over. I think it was Patrick Williams inside to get the and one. Kyle's had a really, really good game.
Yeah, he has 18 points. Really efficient, 7 of 13 shooting, 5 rebounds.
I've been on the fence of whether or not he's better off starting, coming off the bench, but I think about something, Lisa, when he's matched up against second unit fours, the advantage that he has in terms of just speed,
that's a great point.
Experience.
Yeah.
You know, that could really work in the Bucks' favor this season.
He's got 1 assist, but that doesn't show how much he's pushing the ball, too, with the second unit. Portis has that double team coming, gets it out to TP. 8 seconds here to work with. BP gets it right back. Collins defending. Williams shadowing over to Kuz. He's shooting with confidence, misses that time. Now the putback, Brooks got it back. Ryan Rollins takes advantage.
Cole Anthony just working inside to keep the basketball, to knock it free, keep it loose.
We're going to see some of the third units here checking in. Jericho Sims, Amir Coffey will be the next ones in the next dead ball. Cole Anthony. That'll be Bucks basketball. So Sims will check in for the first time. Coffey checks in for the first time.
Let's go Anthony. Just work the baseline right there. Keeps the basketball loose for Ryan Rollins to come pick up the high bounce and finish off the play. But that's just that extra hustle, those multiple efforts you always hear about paying dividends.
Look at that pressure here by Javon. He's got a couple of threes here on the night. Promised 5 here on the night. Off the hands there of Kuzma. There's Javon, quickly gets it to Ayo. Pass break to Jalen Smith for the finish. Inside 10 minutes before this one's complete. The third preseason game for both these teams. Ryan Rollins whips it over to Coffey. Anthony driving. Amir Coffey's first shot. He just entered the cane. Pours it in just like that.
But again, Cole Anthony making the play on the move. That was kind of a one-handed hook pass going to his right. And the way he delivers the ball into the shot pocket, and that wasn't an easy shot for a guy just checking in. Watch that, just fires that thing cross court, and Amir's ready, hands ready, feet ready. Does a nice job knocking it down.
It's the 5th assist for Cole here tonight. That's the 2nd most for the Bucks. Kevin Porter Jr. with 8 assists tonight. Javon Carter in and out. The Bucks basketball.
You want that high ball screen action, allow Cole Anthony a chance to get downhill, get in the paint, then use that vision and passing ability to pick you apart.
Or take his own shot.
Or take his own shot. He's really good at that too. You know, those areas on the floor, that's a tough little short corner jump shot under duress that he knocked down.
Backdoor cut. Oh, Jalen Smith. Kuz was just a second too late.
Second time Kuz has been burned on that backdoor cut. Not sure if he's doing too much ball watching, not keeping contact with his guy.
Ryan thought about it, gives it back to Kuz. Kyle Kuzma. Jericho Sims battling for the offensive rebound, and Cole Anthony nearly had the pickoff. Looking at his hands like, where'd that ball go?
Entering for the Bulls, number 24, Noah Essenga.
Good hustle on the part of Cole Anthony. I'm watching Kyle Kuzma and Ryan Rollins kind of talk through some screening stuff out on the floor that Kyle Kuzma wanted to get clarified. We love that kind of communication between guys here on the fly. Doc always preaches that, talk to each other. I don't care who it is.
Ron Carter off the right side. Rollins splits the defense. Tough two.
Really tough two.
He's got 12 points. Jalen Smith has emerged in this game, and he's got 5 points.
Yeah, since his Pacer days, I've liked him out of Maryland. Jalen Smith, another versatile big guy that can rebound, play inside, but also can step out and knock down 3-point shots.
Gets 7 points, 3 for 3 from the field here for Jalen Smith. Andre Jackson Jr. will be the next Buck to check in here. We've played 2 preseason games, and Doc has done a good job in playing every single player who's been available.
And even that turnover, that was a good pass from Cole Anthony. He got it through a lot of arms, and I thought that distracted Kuz on the catch. And I think he complimented Cole on that look, because he was dead corner for an open shot if he could have handled the basketball.
Kuz's day is done, I'm certain. 19 points, 18 minutes, like we talked about. Really impressive day.
Yes, indeed.
5 rebounds, 7 of 15 from the field.
Playing the 4 against some second unit.
Yeah, I didn't really process that, because I always kind of looked at him as a starter at the 3 spot here this year. But that makes a lot of sense. There's some mismatches to be taken advantage of, possibly.
His experience is, he's a guy that averaged plus 20 points a game a couple of years ago in Washington.
Patrick Williams dribbles right into that. His second 3-point make. He's got 10 points on the night. And a timeout from Milwaukee and Doc Rivers with just about 7 minutes left. Summary. Giannis in his preseason debut, the 13 points, 10 rebounds, 22 minutes he did play. Some in the third quarter, that was one of the biggest questions. And Miles Turner, how about 5 of 8 from 3-point territory in his 24 minutes. Kyle Kuzma, you loved his game tonight.
Loved his activity, and most importantly, the productivity. Being able to finish around the rim, knock down a couple open looks from the outside, and just a really, really good, solid effort. Now, the last thing left to do is to close it out with a W. You got just under 7 minutes left. It's a competitive game. You got to start, you got to continue. Let me put it that way. Continue to make the plays at both ends to put a cap on this thing and win it.
Coffee got double teamed. And they force the turnover. Here's Dosumu leading it. And the bucket. Senge will have one free throw coming up.
It's a nice catch, but an even better find from Ayo Dosumu coming down, making things happen. A little in and out dribble right there. Gets himself a lot of open field in front of him, and beautiful bounce pass delivery for the young 18-year-old out of France.
Pete Nance getting some minutes now. That big first preseason opener game against Miami, and a reach-in foul.
Foul on the Bulls, number 24, Noah Senge, his first.
Senge's first.
With this unit on the floor, you're Ryan Rollins. You've got to take charge in terms of the ball handling duties, setting up other guys for open shots.
Andre Jackson Jr. tries his hand at three-point territory. 19 of 45 the Bucks are shooting from three here tonight. Devon Carter. Let's see, that's three-pointer number 3.
Well, he's been on fire during the preseason, knocking down that shot after kind of getting played out of the rotation last season.
And the Bulls take the lead with that shot, part of an 11-0 run here down the stretch of the preseason. Game number 3. Andre Jackson Jr. gives the Bucks the lead right back.
Again, Ryan Rollins, nice job, baseline penetration. Rollins finds Andre Jackson Jr., flows right to the open area. Good play by both guys.
Dosumu, all right-handed on that drive. And Rollins on the push. And Coffee gets it taken away. Senge, Dosumu, and Coffee pushes Senge. He's upset at a no call on the other end of the floor.
Right here, Devon Carter gets a good look at it. Really worked hard on improving his jumper the last 4 or 5 years. And then Amir Coffee, frustrated he didn't get the call at his end, just runs through the young Frenchman.
Devon again out there. And Coffee's fired up.
But you got to stay composed. It's okay to play mad, but you got to still stay productive and stay composed and make the right plays. I didn't like the looks of that foul he committed.
Andre Jackson Jr., Ajax, will have 2 free throws coming. The first personal on Emmanuel Miller.
Ajax trying to show some amped up aggressiveness at the offensive end. Hit the little floater, took a long 3-point shot. I mean, he's going to take 3 or 4 field goal attempts for him is a lot.
Marcus, you want to do the duties? Multi-platinum artist Ana Gabriel brings her Clara de Luna tour. I thought that's the part that I thought you would do better than me.
That's the part I was staying away from.
5-Star Forum on Thursday. Get your tickets today at 5starforum.com.
I was born in night, Lisa.
You
but
can roll your R's.
Night.
Much better than me. You did not fall for the bait. That was well done on your part.
Here's Devon Carter. He is trying to fulfill his prophecy to you with those 5
He totally is.
shots.
He's 3 of 9 shooting. He promised 5 3-point makes.
Yeah.
Got 4.5 left to play to do it. Here's Pete Nance. Meanwhile, this group for the Bucks trying to close it out here in the Windy City. And go 3-0 here in the preseason. Ryan Rollins dribbles right into that. Pete Nance.
Yeah, great defense.
Suddenly it's gotten a little bit of energy here in the United Center.
Winning time. I mean,
That's right.
Both teams can taste it.
Ryan Rollins That's penetrating. That was all double R.
And this Bulls team, again, they've beaten the Cavaliers a couple of times, so they're taking these exhibition games, I won't say seriously, but they're putting something on them. And the Bucks are also 2-0. Want to keep that perfect unbeaten string alive.
So Vaughn nearly pulled the trigger there. Over to Smith. Ball's loose on the deck. Jump ball.
Okay, checking in for the Bulls.
Well, Pete Nance defensively getting this one.
Good job. Blocking a shot on a move like that, not an easy thing to do with a light-sized guy. And here's Ryan Rollins with the great blow-by and jumps off that right foot for the right-handed finish.
Ryan was ready.
Right. Conceding nothing to the taller Smith. These guys are playing just a little too hard. Based on the history of this game and everything that's happened, I wouldn't be surprised to see another little scrum breakout.
And chops it off. Jericho Sims. Yeah, there's a foul by Jalen Smith. It's getting a little testy.
It's getting a little too
I mean, even the crowd is getting sitting on the edge of their seat a little bit.
So Doc going to do his part, and again to play his guys, trying to go as deep into his bench as possible. About to replace the guards with Mark Sears and Jamari Bouye.
You think the Chicago team doesn't want to lose to a Milwaukee team again, even if it's the preseason?
I forgot about that. After the embarrassment of it all.
It's an open wound that still's hurting from last night, possibly. We'll take a timeout. 3:05 left to play. 3:05 before this one is complete. Marcus Johnson, Lisa Byington with you. We got to see Giannis's preseason debut here tonight.
And a really, really good debut it was for the big fella. Got a chance to kind of work on his wind, get up and down after being out with COVID. But when he decided to put his head down, get to the basket, make things happen, nobody could stop him. We've seen this movie before. And the thing I like is, like we're looking at right now in live action, he's staying engaged in the game. This is a preseason game. He's talking to Doc all in his ear about whatever it is they're talking about.
Miles Turner.
Drawing up plays with Miles Turner.
Love that interaction. He's coming over. He's producing all replays here at the scorer's table.
So, and he talked about it, how he blocks out social media. So all the stuff, all the things that are being written, he's not aware of. He's shielded himself from, and his only concern now is trying to get this team to play at its peak level performance once the season starts in a few days.
I think Giannis and Doc Rivers will pretty much shut down any other questions or conversation that surround that. They felt like they've answered enough. Javon Carter, a two-point attempt, squeezes out. And Jamari Bouye has entered. Mark Sears as well. So Jericho Sims, Pete Nance, and Ajax are the five out there. Not seen yet Cormac Ryan or Thanasis.
Got to get it up. Somebody's got to talk to him.
Shot clock violation. No Gary Harris yet, or Livingston, or Tyler Smith. Those are the players that Doc Rivers hasn't put in this game yet, with 2 and some change left. Senke takes the contact, gets the shot off. But with Giannis back, we did get to see kind of a little bit what this looks like, with him being the point forward, the playmaker, a creator. Not every possession, but The continuity and fluidity was there in the first half. The finish by Gay, Mohamedou Gay, the two-way player of Toronto last year.
Had some good moments, as I recall, against the Bucks last year.
Got good length. There's a good finish.
It's a good finish, good ball skills. I mean, great change of direction by the big Pete Nance, who surprises me almost every outing with the different aspect of his game.
Well, Pete Nance played 4 years up the street in Evanston at Northwestern.
Andre Jackson Jr. going to get a technical foul.
Technical foul.
Complaining about the screening of the big for the Chicago Bulls. Olbrich.
And the technical foul to Andre Jackson Jr.
Watch the screen here. I mean, just clips him a little bit. That actually, there was one before that that was a little bit more egregious. That Jackson protesting about. Just finish out this thing with as little fanfare as possible.
Javon Carter, I knew he tried to step back behind that three-point line. And a loose ball foul. It goes against Pete Nance.
Let's take a look at Pete Nance. He's really complaining. A little bit of a shove right there. Not a whole lot, but enough to, well, wrong guy at the free throw line for that foul to be called. On Pete Nance. He pushed the other guy. Looked nothing like this guy. They're going to review it.
All
Take a
right.
look.
Yeah.
Players are asking to review.
And they're going to.
Really
Timeout called here by the Bulls. The challenge.
Chicago is challenging ruling about a bounce on the play.
Why not with 41 seconds left?
I have no problem whatsoever. These guys are playing hard. They're playing hard. They're playing to win. I thought that call that was off of Jericho Sims, but we'll see here. There's the right-handed Jericho. There's Olbrich in there at the last moment, touching it also. Is there enough conclusively to overturn? Maybe not.
Following review, the ball was last touched by Sims, therefore a successful challenge. Chicago ball on the baseline. The clocks are correct.
All right, so and the Bulls trying to win this one.
Are these reviews quicker this season?
It seems like it.
Didn't it? I mean, not a whole lot of wasted time. Maybe the people in Secaucus want to get home like we do. Taking one look at it. Okay, yeah, give him the ball. Thank you. Get this over with.
All right, so the Bulls will get it back from the baseline, 41 seconds. Trailing by 3. They give it out to Javon Carter, who is the inbounder, in and out. Javon, 3 of 11 from 3. And the Bulls not fouling. We'll let this play out here for the Bucks. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Sears pulls and sinks it. It's a big one. Makes it a 2-possession game for the Bucks.
I like this young man from Muscle Shoals. His teammates like him too. This is an exhibition game, but you see the kind of pounds and chest bumps he's getting. And that great pass at the Nassus, a good couple of good takes. Shot clock winding down. He's got to take it, and man, not only did he take it, he buried this thing nothing but net. Little step back action.
Sears, one of the more prolific scorers that Alabama has seen in his short time there.
Started out at Ohio University, wanted to play in the SEC all his life, growing up about 120 miles north of Tuscaloosa. Averaged 21 a game at Alabama his junior year, 4 assists. Then he came back his senior year, that average dropped down to 18 and a half, and I asked him what was going on with that. He's like, well, I averaged more assists my senior year.
Of course he did.
Which he did, almost 6 a game.
Of course he did. Well, that was Sears' first three-pointer, but it's the 20th three made tonight by the Bucks, and the 9th different player who has made a three-pointer here tonight. How about that?
Yeah, second game, the Bucks have really shot the ball expertly from the three-point line. 42%, 40 got 48 up.
Yeah, against Miami, they were 13 of 41 from three. And then Detroit, 16 of 36. And now tonight, you're talking about it, 20 of 48. Now they just got to D up in the final 13 seconds. Javon Carter. Andre Jackson Jr. leaping for the rebound. And a reach-in foul.
And Andre he's fouled, but he is meting out more punishment than he's getting inside. Miller's got blood coming out of his mouth.
Yeah, Emmanuel Miller.
Now they're looking at this maybe for an unsportsmanlike or some kind of flagrant foul on Andre
Jackson. Previous
Jackson.
players being reviewed for possible hostile act.
A hostile act with the basketball in his hands. Didn't see the hostile act from that angle. This is a better angle for it. Let's see what it.
Final review. We have a normal rip through. We do not have an intentional act by the offensive player. Therefore, we do not have a hostile act.
Yeah, that was just Andre Jackson Jr. aggressively trying to protect the basketball, ripping through. Unfortunately for Miller, he was kind of in the pathway. Oh. I mean,
again, another quick decision.
Yeah, good quick decision. So quick they didn't see that overhand right.
No fouls. Trey, you got 24 behind you. JB, you got 14. J-Rock.
All in the motion of trying to whip through with the basketball.
Javon Carter laying. And that'll do it. So the Bucks beat the Bulls 127 to 121 and improve to 3-0 on the preseason.
Good all-around contributions from what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 guys, 6 guys in double figures for the Bucks tonight. That's outstanding balance and just kind of what you want to see in an exhibition game like this.
All right, Miles Turner leading the way with Kyle Kuzma, 19 points for those guys on the Bucks side.
Miles showing kind of that he is a big that is talented shooting the basketball.
The newest addition here for the Bucks. Got to play with Giannis here in a game for the first time, and Miles Turner, so kind enough to join us. Miles, you got Lisa and Marcus Johnson with you.
All right.
You know, Miles, thanks for the time. What was it like to play with Giannis in a game here for the first time?
Man, he about to change my life, man. It's different, man. You know, just being on the other side of it, you know, it's interesting. You know, it's just the mental warfare that goes into game plan for someone like Giannis. He just makes the game so easy for guys around him, and then you know, we got his back in the end as well. So no, it's all good stuff, man.
And with Giannis, in terms of how it impacts your game, not only rebounding and shooting the basketball, but what's the major adjustment for you out there on the floor with him?
Being okay with shooting the ball, man. I think there's times where I passed up a few shots today. It's still BP. You know, just adjusting to what my shot profile with this team's going to be, man. You know, at times it feels like, you know, I try to get other guys involved and shooting the ball too much, but, you know, everybody's encouraged me to go out there and just be me, and that's what I have to do.
All right, Miles, thanks for the time. Great game.
All right, appreciate y'all.
19 points. You saw his stats, 5 of 8 here from 3, and 6 rebounds as well. So, the Bucks, another happy performance here against the Bulls. We'll wrap things up after this.
Yeah. It's your boy John Bless. It's some first son of the building. It ain't no. If you want to know me well, make you dress in mirror, cause I know they like Wahala. My name na God bless you. I'm on the song of belly. I know they laugh at you. God the grace they follow me. Anywhere I enter, the people show me love. I say, God the favor follow me. No matter what they do, they can never pull me down. I know they do. You fit to answer that no do. Now my God they get the power. Baba badura mi, olele badura mi, badura mi. Oluwa badura mi, olele badura mi, badura mi. Baba badura mi, olele badura mi, badura mi. Oluwa badura mi, olele badura mi, badura mi. They want to make me cry, they want to make me frown. Cause my God, they know they sleep. Whatever they plan for me, I take it back in center. Cause my God, I'm my defender. They want to pull me down, they want to make me cry. My God, they know they sleep. Baba badura mi, olele badura mi, badura mi. Oluwa badura mi, olele badura mi, badura mi. Baba badura mi, olele badura mi, badura mi. Oluwa badura mi, badura mi, badura mi. Double pro. Iriano.
красный выплывает в синеве. Вроде призрачно прекрасный, отражается в Неве. Небо видится и снится исполнение тайных дум. Возле дома таится красный месяц, тихий шум. Твой будет ужас бесполезный, лишь вдохновение для меня. Я от дождя эфирной пыли и от крушения охраню всей силой мышц и сенью крылья, и вознося не уроню. И на горах сверканье белом, на ней запятнанном лугу, божественно прекрасным телом тебя я странно обожгу. Ты знаешь ли, какая малость, та человеческая ложь, та грустная земная жалость, что дикой страстью ты зовешь. Я от дождя эфирной пыли и от крушения охраню всей силой мышц и сенью крылья, и вознося не уроню. И на горах сверканье белом, на незапятнанном лугу, божественно прекрасным телом тебя я странно обожгу. Ты знаешь ли, какая малость, та человеческая ложь, та грустная земная жалость, что дикой страстью ты зовешь. Божественно прекрасным телом